Alright, YouTube. Video lesson 2. It's another pretty basic one, but don't skip it. If you're just starting, don't think, oh, it's easy, I can do it. Because I bet you once you start trying the things that I'm teaching, you're going to have, you're going to be like, wow, that is hard. This is harder than I thought. But don't give up. Keep practicing, and you'll eventually, get better and learn. So, in this video, it's strictly going to be picking, how to use your guitar pick, how to pluck your strings, whatever. Basic picking, I should say. There's different kinds, there's finger picking. Well, we don't want to get into that. We just want to use the guitar pick. Simplest way possible. So, how I like to hold my pick is my pointer finger is parallel with my thumb. So just like that, and I like to have my hand fairly closed. It's just how it works for me. But there's so many different ways to hold it. You can hold it with your middle finger, your pointer finger straight out, two fingers between. I've seen before, like with your finger. I don't know, it's all fucked up, but I've seen people, have their hands stretched way out like that. Have, seen them with their hands pretty much in. But so just find what's comfortable for you. This is how you should do it. Hold the guitar pick in your hand that you're not using to pick. So I'm a regular right-handed player, so I hold the guitar pick in my left hand, grab it. Don't think about it, just pick it up. How are you holding it? That's probably how you're going to be picking. So now, the next thing, you want to let your wrist do all of the work. Moving your wrist back and forth. Put this down just a little. Moving your wrist back and forth. We all know what that reminds you of. But yeah, so moving your wrist is doing the work. Your elbow's not doing the work. You're not strumming like this. There is, once you get into it more and you're strumming multiple strings at once and you know what you're doing, you're gonna have to let your elbow go a little bit, but you want everything to be just not tense. No tension, no flexing, no just loose, relaxed, and just let it do the picking. So just try down at first, don't try up, and just try the top string to where you can just hit the top string and not accidentally hit the other strings. You can feel pretty good about that. Then move to 2 strings at a time. Okay, now that's that. That's how that picking's done. That's just a regular downstroke pick. And you can do a lot with just that pick once you've started with this hand too, but I'll just give an example real quick. So that was all downstroke. There was no upstroke on that at all. Now, you want to add in the upstroke now. So pretty much this one's just going to be a 1 stringer when you're going to be doing this. Maybe 2, but pretty much 1. So you just want to keep it to 1 string. I like the top one just because there's nothing above it you can accidentally hit to start with. So down, back up. Without hitting any of the other strings, just so you got that. So if you can do that, be a little more daring, try another string, like the middle, just one of the middle ones. it's really good practice for control is being able, practicing picking each string without hitting the other strings, and get faster at it so you can so that way, so you can, when you're playing, you're not accidentally hitting other strings and making sounds that you shouldn't be making. So here's an example of this one's fast, and you're not going to be able to do this right away, but this is just an example, pretty cool example. Now, even though I'm going that fast, I'm relaxed still. I'm letting my wrist do the work. I'm just relaxed. So, that's that. Now, if you feel pretty good about all that, palm muting is where we're gonna go with this lesson. So, get yourself feeling good about that stuff, and then we'll move to palm muting. Put your wrist where your wrist meets your palm, so this soft area right here, just rest it on the bridge of the guitar. The bridge will be the silver piece. There's all different kinds of bridges, but you should be able to figure out what it is pretty easily. So set it on there. You want it just to be just a hair, where you're touching should be just a hair over where the string meets the bridge. So it should sound like this. Okay. Now that's just the top string too. You can intermix the palm muting with any of the picking types. You can do it on any string, but you want to just find your spot. If you're too far up this way, it's going to sound too muted. That doesn't sound right. That sounds right. If you're too far back, you're not going to be touching the string where you should be, and it's just going to be open. So you want to find your spot. Then, once you've found your spot, practice picking there for a little while. Then practice coming down into it. So once you can, that's harder than it seems. That's probably the hardest part of this lesson, in my opinion, is being able to come down right into it each time. So, quickly. Coming down right into your spot. So that's definitely going to be a hard part for you. It's not going to be something you learn 10 seconds, So just keep practicing. Once you feel fairly good about these picking things, go ahead and check out the next video. Peace.